Hello, everyone, and we're going to be doing some war attacks today. I'm Viz, and I'm just kind of going to go over basically what I think about when I'm doing stuff in war and how things go, through this crazy brain of mine. So we're down to the bridge right now. We went ahead and null setted them just so that other people weren't on doing stuff as I was doing these things, and we had some people come through as soon as you open a room. A lot of times in our alliance, people want to go ahead and just attack right away, which is great. I love it when people are being active. Right now we have an event going on where we're trying not to combat cancel, so you're going to see in this video as I go through my fails, my successes. I'm going to try to clear as much as I can of this room, use counters that I use on a pretty much daily basis. Maybe ask for some help if I see some things double up from alliance mates to try to get through some things. But we'll just see how this goes. This is something I haven't done before, but something I wanted to try to do. So when I first start off a war and I look at a room, I try to look at what I see that's big in the room first and trying to get like a game plan in my mind of what I can go through right off the bat when I'm looking at stuff, and try to see if I have 4 attacks in mind somewhere where I am. It's just kind of like how I plan through things, and then I kind of go like weakest team I could use to do this, or best case scenario team to get through these things, and then to progress further. So like for instance, in room 1 here, I see Alpha Flight. So I normally use Mighty Avengers, but Mighty Avengers is also a good counter for Thunderbolts, which is right next to them. And then of course I have Doc 6 for Infestation. I don't care about the size. And then I have Mephisto Cabal with Kang that I would be doing on Astral. This one has Black Cat, which actually makes it a little bit easier, so I'm not really worried too much about that. But having double Mighty Avengers right here at the beginning kind of makes it so I don't really know if I want to take on all 4. Looking at this, I don't see Alpha Flight. That might be further on down the road, but I do see there's Thunderbolts here again. There's a Hellfire team that I could probably take out with Liberty, so that's a doable option there. I could also Liberty to Thunderbolts. Then I see this team, this new, what do they call it? Retcon or something? The Winter Guard here, and then another Infestation. So with the Winter Guard, it's a newer team that's probably going to be taken down by Vigilante pretty easily. But the thing is, if I do see an APOC Brimstone later on, then I'm going to want to use my Vigilante for that after a burn. So the question is, do I really want to waste it here rather than waiting somewhere else? So if I had to take something on, I think I'm probably going to go with these 4, because that way I can use my Liberty if I need to in this room too, and try to get them down. I already know I can use Mighty Avengers here, or I can wait on it and see if I can use Mercs there instead. That's another possibility. So maybe I can do this with Mighty Avengers in room 2, do the Doc 6, do the Astral, and then kind of see where this lands, if I can use Mercs later on to take this. So I think I'm going to go left with this, is kind of where I'm going with it. So we'll try it on. We'll try it out and see how it goes. So I'm going to start here with Doc 6. We're going to go into this. So Doc 6 is a team that, I coined it as Doc 6. It's something that I've used since the beginning. They came out, basically. It's been the same team. It has not evolved, really, other than getting Green Goblin Classic finally. But these 4 were here as soon as Doc came to the game. Green Goblin Classic was added later on, which made the Doc 6. And so this is a team that I have not really seen something power level wise that I haven't been able to beat. So we're just kind of going into that. I can show you how to get through it. It's pretty simple. They don't really get churns that are fruitful for them. They do get churns, but it's not really fruitful. Illuminati is another team that I like to beat with this team, but I've found recently that using what are they called? The other one of these, not Infestation, but Insidious. Using Insidious, it gets the win on Illuminati teams, so I've just heavily shifted Doc 6 into this. So I kind of want to remove the stealth from Black Widow, so I'll go into here. Sometimes it doesn't remove. It's not a necessity. It's just I like to have all available options there, you know. We're going to ult onto BTS. We're going to remove the speed bar or the churn meter from everybody. And then I like to move away from BTS just so I don't accidentally hit them and try to get everybody's speed bar up. I want them to be as slow as possible. We're going to special with Rhino. If somebody has vulnerable, that's where I'm going at. If not, I'm just staying away from BTS because all of his abilities pretty much hit adjacently. So we're going to stay away from BTS here with these as well. We're just going to kind of weaken a little bit on everybody. I haven't hit Black Widow really yet, so we're going to go there. We're going to go at BTS with this one. This is going to ability block and put blind on everybody else if you have the T4. So we're doing that. So a blind everybody else, ability block on BTS, what we want. We're going to speed up, offensive up, all that stuff with the shocker. And then right here we're going to basic, just so again we don't hit people that we don't want to. I don't need to put a taunt on Ant-Man either. This is the first time we're going to actually hit BTS with something other than that other one. So we're going to chain from shocker here to rewind the person with the highest churn meter, which at this time is Black Widow. Then we're going to go back to BTS finally after all this stuff, and we're going to rewind everybody again with Vulture. He's going to double tap into BTS. And then I'm going to go to Ant-Man, who is the next one that's going to be taking churns. Actually, it looks like Swarm's going to be taking turns next. And Ant-Man still has a blind. It doesn't look like Swarm's got a blind. So we're going to rewind Ant-Man. All right, we rewind Storm and do some damage to, or Swarm and do some damage to him. Sorry, so many names that are very similar. We got Healer on Doc Ock, so we're just going to double up everything. We're going to bring BTS out of stealth so we can actually get back to him. There's the blinded Ant-Man coming at us. They're going to take some churns right here, but a lot of them have blinds. They're also going to get cracked back from my GGC. So you're going to see them take a lot of damage here. And we have assists on a bunch of people, so they're going to get that too. So here goes Swarm. Woo! Swarm did a lot of damage there. Took out my Doc, actually. So we're going to have to take out BTS now. So let's get that with Vulture. Get him out of there. Everybody else has got blind. We can... This is going to be a striker, so we're going to look for somebody with vulnerable. It looks like Swarm is the most vulnerable out of vulnerables, so we're going to double tap on him. It gives us some bots, which is always nice. He's already done the blind thing, so we don't need to worry about that. He has got also vulnerable. Yellow Jacket does not. Yellow Jacket has blind, so let's double tap on Swarm. And so here we get him. Oh, almost. There we go. Now he's gone. So everybody else has blind. So we're pretty much just not going to take damage from these guys unless it's on an assist from somebody, and hopefully by then they bleed out anyways. Let's go ahead and do the most damage here. The splash damage is going to go to Black Widow. So there we go. Splash damage. He's got the highest speed bar. Let's go ahead and do this. So he gets another turn right away. It's going to fill his speed meter. And I don't think we're going to need him to go again. Yeah, there we go. Took him out. It's like a 6 million punch up or something like that. So, I mean, that was a pretty good, fire away kind of thing there. It's kind of nice. So, yeah, it's an easy team to use. It's kind of good to get, an easy win and stuff like that on an infestation that you see, because it is something that, is simple to use. It's easy to kind of go about. It does it takes a little bit of finesse, a little bit of getting used to, but it is something that you can use pretty efficiently every time you go through it. So let's go on to the next one here and try to figure something else out, let's see, we do have other ones, other accounts that are open. As you can see, I do have a bunch of accounts that are open at the same time. We do have multiple wars going on at the same time. So it's not like I'm just doing one war and that's it. I do have a bunch that are going through. So, I'm trying to get it all done at once. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, But it is something that, I got to pace myself, right? So I'm not just doing all in one. I'm doing a little bit of everything at the same time. All right, so let's get back to this one. We got Rachel here with with X-Men. So this is another one that Insidious, I call him in Superior 5, works pretty well on. They're a new raid team. I have Lizard there instead of Vulture. It just kind of takes away buffs. It helps them out a little bit. Orcus doesn't work well if you see Rachel. It's just not something that does a very good job. These guys do go pretty fast. The ability block right off the bat with Superior Spider-Man is nice. It does a little bit of a punch-up. I don't think I've ever done one that's like 1 million, 2 million before, but we'll give it the old college try, see how it goes. Like I said, you're going to see my victories and my failures because, it's kind of put it all out there. So, yeah, it can be an iffy match if some certain things happen. For the most part, it's what needs to happen. Like, we need to be able to use, multiple teams to take stuff down. So, yeah, it's using the best of your abilities. All right, so we're going to start off with looking at Beast, and we're going to strip all the buffs. All right, so then they're going to fire back. This is going to be Jean going. They're going to tame some stuff here, but Lizard's going to take a lot of this. So we're going to look at hitting Storm with this one and doing a bunch of damage. We don't want Storm going and doing her special and stunning a bunch of people and all that fun stuff. Like, we just don't want that going. They don't have Safeguard, so I want to get Beast out of here. So let's go ahead and hit here. So it does adjacent damage, flipping all the buffs, right? And then it's going to splash over. So we're just going to get a lot of good stuff out of that. We're going to speed up. As you see, Storm still hasn't really gone and done anything. We're going to basic here. This is going to double tap. And then we're going to rewind her because she's the last one left. And then she just perishes. Kind of a beautiful thing, right? So, yeah, Insidious 5. In Superior 5 is what I call them because of the Superior 6 member being there. And then the rest being Insidious. It's a raid team, so we want to use it everywhere possible. I know they have full buffs on defense, but there's a lot of really easy counter for them on defense. So go ahead and use them here, especially when Secret Warriors can punch up on them like a crazy amount. So we don't want to put them on D if they have, an easy win. We try to mix things up a little bit. All right, so Cursed Mephisto. We'll use a fun little team for that. I got a little, team for that. So let's do this, and let's go into this with right here. So Mephisto, Cabal, the team I like to use. This is going to be a little bit of a punch-up. I should be able to do more than that, but we'll see. Yeah, so we'll go into this and see. So basically you want to start off with Mephisto, basicing a couple times. Iron Patriot's going to lay down vulnerable, so you're able to double tap and just do a ton of, his health bar, taken away, with the double tap. And then, we're going to go from there. So we're going to go at Shadow King here, Fat Boy Slim, Fat Kingpin, whatever you want to call him. And we're going to do one. I have a Raider. Oh, this could be bad. So this is the thing where we don't get to save our war teams with the ISO that it's supposed to be. It sucks, right? We should be able to save war teams on offense just like we do defense with ISO, but they don't allow us to. Luckily, my Mephisto's like 3 diamonds, so he was able to take them down. But yeah, it kind of sucks. All right, so we're gonna go into Emma, kind of the next target, the next one on my list, right, to take out. This is gonna be a big rewind here, so we can go over here to do more damage there. Since we've already done damage on Emma, we're gonna double up on Ancient one here since we're rewinding it everybody anyways. Let's just go ahead and get Black Cat out of here now, since she's got all of her buffs taken away. And then we'll go back over here to Emma, because she's the next one to worry about. And pop her a few times. There we go. And since we don't have to worry about revives, I'm not really worried about Strange, but, you know, we got the Mephisto ult here, so let's take it down, right? As you can see, my guys like to be a little goofy while I'm on streaming and saying things. If you guys know Skilly, you know he's kind of a clown, so he likes to put silly stuff in chat. We do have a little thing we like to kid around within our alliance. So we do have fun names, you know, all around Null and being a Null. So yeah, we all have goofy stuff like that. So anyways, it is what it is. I'll take it off in case some people might be offended by that. I don't want it to be up there if people are getting offended, you know. So let's just go back. Take it away. Let's go to contacts. Go to somebody else. Right. There we go. And so now we see the Brimstone with Epoch, right? So this is what I was talking about earlier, having a Vigilante that we wanted to be able to save so we could do these. So what this is here is you're going to take somebody that revives and you're just going to burn. There's a really shit team that some people are using to one-tap this thing, but it takes away from 5 other teams. So if you don't want to attack with the 5 other teams and you just want to do one team, then you're fine with doing it. But if you want to actually, you know, use all your offensive teams like you should, then don't. But you could do Noir is an option because he revives, right? Which is what you're looking for. Somebody who gets hit, dies, and revives. But the one that I usually do is Warlock, because he comes in with a revive as well. So we can move him out of the way. I've seen people do multiple, but there's not really a need for multiple. Just the one is fine. So let's put him in the middle just because, you know, aesthetically pleasing, I guess. But yeah, so you go in, you burn with this, and then you go into Vigilante to take it out. After the burn, you're basically just trying to get the Warlock ult off the table. And if you can, right, we're also trying to get like the Kitty ult or maybe even the Warlock special if he speeds up enough, like something like that. So here we go. It's going to be over in a flash, right? Boom. He's gone. And here comes Hello Kitty. Boom, boom. Gone. Okay, now we're ready to go, right? We got all primed up and ready, and now this is where the actual battle begins. This is getting Vigilante to survive long enough to take this team down, especially when they're huge like this one is. Mustard Devil, gotta hope that he doesn't die too soon, that is. We want him to be able to take, you know, a couple of hits, because he's gonna have to take a hit from Hello Kitty. He's gonna have to take a hit from Heartless. He's gonna have to take a hit possibly, he's going to have to take Damien because he's going to go first, and then possibly one from APOC as well. So, anyways, this is the team we go with. I like to have Striker and Electra just so she can double tap. We'll see how this goes. This is a bit of a punch up. We do like to kind of punch down on this, but, you know, the teams are getting bigger. This is probably not going to work after a little while, but, you know, for now, does most of the time, and if it doesn't, then I'm gonna have to call somebody in for reinforcements because mine's not built high enough. We don't get the resources to be able to gear 20 everybody that we have, you know, unless we spend a ton of money, which I don't spend money on this anymore almost at all. I used to, you know, buy the new characters when they came out, but I don't even do that anymore. So right here, we're going to flip. You know what Silver Sable does, right? She makes this really nice. And we see the ability block here on APOC. And we're just going to go right off the bat, going to go at Damien, going to try to get him down as far as possible, maybe even kill him off. We have Punisher coming here soon, too, to help out. So there's the APOC shot. He hits adjacent. We crack him back. Right, he pops back again. There's Doctor Strange, Heartless hitting, and then now is where it's kind of go time. Right, we need big damage, and we need it now. Punisher. Good job, Punisher. And we don't have to worry about Mummy coming back if he does die because of the fact that we have Hitmonkey. So Hitmonkey says no on revives, right? So that's a beautiful thing. So this is why I like Striker on Electra, that big damage. And then we get the flip here. And then finish him off. We're just going to double tap in case we need to stun. There we go. Okay. Cool cleanup by Vigilante. Pretty solid, right? Pretty easy. So, good match. Good match. Good double burn, right? Good double burn. Or a good single burn, I guess. Double tap. That's what I meant to say. So now we'll see what we opened up here. You see I haven't used a lot of like the meta teams that I have. And that's a good thing because, you know, we don't know what's coming up next. I still have Undying. I still have Mercs. I still have Liberty. I still have Snowhive. I still have a bunch of stuff like that. So speaking of, right, we were talking about this team being on defense, and we'll see what this guy can do. We actually have two. So we have, this is called A-Team. I like to use A-Team now. It's kind of fun. And then we have Secret Warriors that we use as well. But they're not nearly big enough to take on that team. Like I said, I don't have the resources to put everybody at gear 20. It's just not something that I have. I don't spend money. So it's not really an availability. I just have the tunes that I need pretty much at gear 20. So we're going to take a team called A-Team. We're going to see how it does. I've only done this in practice before, never with all the buffs live in war. So, yeah, let's go have fun with it and see what it can do, right? Open this thing up and see what it can do. Give her all I got, right? All that fun stuff. So, put the pedal to the metal. So, we're going to try for it. We're going to try for it. It's a fun team. It's been a lot of fun to do stuff with. It takes, you know, you can go after some Mephisto teams and stuff like that with Odin. Stripping the buffs is always nice with Ares. You know, stuff like that. Boy, this is a big team, and they're pretty fast. So I know what I want to do right off the bat is I want to ability block Hobgoblin. I don't want him doing his stuff. And I got that, and I got the trauma, which is good. Let me heal people up and give a few more buffs. Since he's not going with his thing, I don't have to worry about him as much. Let's start hitting some Superior Spider-Man, though. Get his evades gone so that we can do damage to him, because he's going to be a pain. I don't have a taunt because they didn't have a taunt. A lot of times if they have Blizzard, this goes really easily. All right, here we go. The best animation in the game right now, honestly. Love this animation. Fat Thor. Look at that. Fat Thor, man. It's great. I really like that animation. I'm glad they did that way. It's a lot of fun. All right, so this is going to hit adjacently as well with the ult, so let's do that. Bink. Scorpion's going to go in here a little bit with a basic. There's a basic from Hobgoblin. Hobble. All these retaliation attacks coming from Blastar, coming from Fat Thor, coming from Odin is just redonkulous, you know? So it's a fun team. It's a fun team. So that wasn't really much of a problem at all. So there you go. A-Team. A-Team. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's a WWE reference too, as well as a show back in the 70s. I think it was redone in like the 90s, right? With Rampage Jackson and some other, the dude that does, I have a particular set of skills. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's a fun team. Fun team. Got my Fosters. I got you guys. I got MSF. What better way to go about a night? All right, so here we got Fantastic Four with Prof, right? There is no Nightcrawler here. So I might just give this a chance. So I know this can win, right? APOC Brimstone. But Can this win? That's my question. I know if this is Songbird and not Odin, this is getting a dub. But I don't know with Odin if this wins. But I got you guys here. I'm feeling froggy. Feeling froggy. What's the layout? I hate that the layout is different when I do that. So it looks like the layout is Odin between these two. That's kind of interesting. So I can actually ability block Franklin and then ability block, or I can ability block Prof and then ability block Odin with Shadow King and get all three of them. Interesting. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that and see. The layout of there is a little weird, so let's try it and see, right? I think I'm feeling it. I think I'm feeling it. I don't know. It's part of the unknown, right? It's part of the unknown. But it's what makes it fun too, right? It's what makes war fun. It's a little exciting, a little bit of stress, but a little excitement at the same time. Yeah, this is interesting. It's interesting. I know Songbird's there. I've got it. But with Odin, boy. Odin just throws that little... Right? Because you can't change his speed. He's going to go. So he's going to do this thing right off the bat. Which is beautiful. I'm fine with it going first. Right? So we're going to ability block here first. And the thing about this team that's great is all the specials. And then, so there went Prof. Right? And then we're going to put the ability block here. It should get all three of them. It does. Oh, it didn't get the ability block on her, but it did take her out of stealth. So let's go here. Another special. Let's just basic here. And then we're going to aim this there. It's going to do a lot of damage to Reed too, which is kind of cool. Okay. All right, there's Odin following up and doing his thing. All right, I should be able to get a Shadow King. Oh, no, he actually took a turn. That kind of sucked, right? Him taking a turn actually kind of sucked. I thought he was going to bleed out, to be honest. Ooh, that Odin ult is huge, too. All right, so here's this. Okay, let's heal her up. Odin really doesn't have a lot to do anymore, and he's not doing the retaliating thing because he didn't get his thing off. And he's not known to do crits. So we'll see. Okay, that was good. All right. Will Shadow King versus Odin be a win from Shadow King? We'll see. Oof. Okay, here's this. Let's just go ahead and special. It's going to get me the evades, which will be nice. Yeah, there we go. I'll dodge your stuff. Okay. It looks like now he's retaliating. So that might be all she wrote. If he's retaliating, I can't do nothing about that. I'm getting a lot of heal, but the retaliate is going to, yeah, take me out. Okay, so now it's just Odin. But that's fine. That's fine. We can get into that, right? We can take out an Odin. That was close. That was close. That, honestly, the Franklin not dying is what the big thing was. I could have probably done something to kill him. If I'm going back and looking at that, I probably could have Ancient One ulted on Franklin and chained rather than doing the special there. That probably would have been the better bet. But, you know, Monday morning quarterback, right? We're going to clear this off here again. I'm just going to go there. Right, let's watch the global chat and watch, you know, his pop back up again. So this is going to be pretty easy with Night Stalker. Should be able to get through there. Night Stalker's way faster than him. So we're just going to do that. That was so close. So close. Now, they were completely maxed out too. If I had the money, right, to upgrade my team, I'd been done, right? That'd been easy. That'd been no problem. But short cash. So here we're just gonna go through the basic stuff, right? Boom boom. This is ult. Not really a problem. Boom boom. There we go. Done it over with. Okay. So now I got a few teams left. I got meta teams left. I can do punch downs if I want, right? Because they're pretty easy to teams to take out. I can use that Liberty on the Mighty or on the Thunderbolts if I want now. This Mephisto team, Snowhive, probably should be able to get through that. There's no Azazel, so I don't have to worry about that, which is kind of nice. Juggernaut is kind of a pain in the ass to get through, but if there's no Azazel, then it's usually all right. Although, you know what I could do? I could just Undying. Undying is kind of the answer to a lot of things. This is a Mephisto punch-up. It doesn't feel bad. It actually doesn't feel bad at all. Yeah, let's just do it, right? So I still have a prof killer if I need. If somebody pops up a prof with the Fantastic Four, I can definitely do that. And then I could still take out the other two teams in the room pretty easily. So I'm pretty happy where I'm sitting. I plan on doing 13, 14 attacks anyways. So what I have left is actually okay. So yeah, so if you guys know how Undying works, they pretty much stop all this bullshit speed up stuff that things like Mephisto and people like that do. I see a lot of people putting like Odin and Mephisto and Null all on the same team on defense, and Undying just spanks them. If you're not going against Prof, Undying really does it. Whatever it is you need to be done, it does it, right? So there's Mephisto, he's gone. I think Juggernaut's the toughest one on the team. It doesn't look like he's even going to last. I'm going to try to put the ability block there to keep him alive so I can spread, but I might not even need to spread, to be honest. I think it's just, they're just going to die before I get a chance to get to, oh, no, okay, I did. And they might just die here. Okay, they lasted one more turn. Good for them, right? Way to soldier along. Accursed is such a shit team to put Mephisto with. I mean, yeah, you're going to make the argument, but it took an Undying to beat it. It didn't take an Undying to beat it. I could have beat it with Snowhive. I just chose to do it this way because I'm done with my attacks pretty much anyways. So, you know, it's an easy enough team to do. I'm trying to get to that, you know, that 10,000 points is pretty much where you want to be. Anything you do after 10,000 points is a benefit for your team. But to get to that 10,000 points so that you took a whole room on your own, because there's 24 rooms, 24 people on your team, 10,000 points is one room done, right? So if you can get 10,000 points, you've done your part for the team. Everything past that is just you doing extra, right? Which is always nice, but it's just you doing extra. So let's go ahead and use this, like I said before. Or no, not this. Sorry, my bad. My bad. Almost went the wrong team. We're going to use Mighty Avengers. You can see I still have Mercs left too, right? So we use Mighty Avengers. Solid team. It has a lot of problems against a lot of teams, but Alpha Flight gives you Safeguard. So because the safeguard's there, it doesn't allow the opponent's members to lose buffs. So because of that, I'm able to do damage with Falcon. I'm able to do some more speed with Falcon. I'm able to take buffs and add them to my team. There's a lot of things that Alpha Flight allows my offensive team to do. The only problem you have sometimes with Alpha Flight is if their characters single target down one of your characters. That's the kind of the time that sucks. So Phoenix is going to lose her thing, so I'm going to try to go here because I really want to get an ability block on Omega Red with Vision. So I got that, and then I'm going to do it again. And he does adjacent, so you can see the ability block lands on Omega Red. That's why it kind of sucks using the Phoenix Force for this team. People do it, it's fine. It's all about placement, and if they're not intelligent with their placement, then it's a pretty easy team to beat. If they do a good job with placement, it can be kind of a booger with this. Like, if Omega Red's going this next turn, if he doesn't die, right here. If he takes this next turn, then it could be a problem. But yeah, it's Mighty has been the answer to Alpha Flight for me. Anytime I see it, that's pretty much what I use, right? So pretty much easy breezy. Easy breezy. All right. So I got one more team left in the room. I think I'm just going to go ahead and Liberty it. I think that's probably the easy play, right? It's about doing things simple, and we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to get this guy back, fuck it. Thanks. Yeah. Kill him with kindness, right? All right. So we got Thunderbolts here, so we're just gonna go ahead and use Liberty because I haven't used him yet this war. It can be kind of sketch. There is a possibility of Orcus doing it. There's also Snowhive doing it. Secret Warriors can do it if they're closer. This we like to use for a cursed if it's just straight up a cursed. That would add Mephisto. Trying to decide if I actually, I think I'll use this. I think this will be fine. This will be fine to do. It does not feel like a waste. A 10 million powered team with an 11 billion powered team doesn't really feel like a waste. I like the punch up. I don't like doing punch downs, so it's kind of frustrating. Mighty Avengers is really the only one I end up punching down because there's such a thick team stat wise that everything's gonna be a punch down that you do. But honestly, level wise, they're right on par with who I'm fighting against. It's just inflated stats on their team, and if you try to do a punch up power wise or punch across power wise, you're probably gonna lose. So let's rewind Songbird so we can put the stun on Victoria. Here we go. And Victoria, ooh. Yeah, that doesn't get through because I got immunity. Oh, she's going to go now. Boom. Big ghost. All right. Let's go ahead and stun Songbird. I should have stunned or rewound Victoria. That probably would have been a better play. Let's just go right at Songbird now. Kind of need to get her gone. Otherwise, this could be bad. Oh, there's the heal. All right, let's speed me up. I don't need you speeding up. I need me speeding up. Yeah, if I would have went at Victoria first, this would have been her not going versus Songbird not going. But either way, I mean, I think it's going to be fine. Pretty resilient team as long as you're not losing somebody. You see War Machine was pretty close there. That's a big ghost, It's a big ghost. Big damage from Peggy there. This is going to be another big damage here. Boom. Yeah, let's go into that. Boom. Later. So, Liberty, still one of the top teams to use on War. So, still a really, really good team. So, there's 11 attacks, I think is what I did right there. Took out pretty much a whole room. I don't think I took out a room plus one. I think I took out 9. because I had to 2-tap the one, had to double tap the other one because just didn't have the money to put into it. So we'll look and see if there's something on the other side that I can square away real quick. And then if I can, then I'll do that real quick. And that's here. Let's see, I have Mercs left. I tried a Mercs earlier on this. Oh boy. Getting into cores. Whoa, where'd it go? It's up here. There we go. I went past it. Right there. I kind of like this buying stuff with these now. Let's see, I need 50. The next one's going to be 250, so might as well get 3 just in case I need 2. Okay. But anyways, I went against one of these earlier. It didn't have a Mega Red Phoenix Force though. So I don't know about that. I know this is kind of a bummer team to fight against. I like to use Liberty against them or Undying against them. But this one I was able to get with a Mercs at a pretty good punch up. So I'm saving one attack for my Brimstone APOC. But I think I want to use this. It doesn't feel like a waste because I only have 2 attacks that I'm doing. So let's go for it, right? I should almost add a Mega Red to the team and see what he can do. Now that he's gotten crazy stats, right? This Red Guardian is just going to be kind of a pain to get through. That's the only thing that I'm worried about. The Ghost Rider is going to help resist almost everything, and he's just going to stand there and taunt. I don't need to rewind them, so let's just try to basic and see if I can remove anything dope. He just said nah. No. I kind of want him to take a turn, though, so rewinding him there didn't really make a lot of sense. More than anything, I want to get this Ghost Rider, Cosmic Ghost Rider down to speed me up. I think that's what I want to do more than anything. So let's ult here with Gore. There we go. Give me some speed. This is what I need. I need that Lightning McQueen, my friend. Oh, there we go. His taunt is gone. All right. Now we're going to start going into Omega Red here. Let's go ahead and get some more speed. Let's drop Red Guardian down a little bit more. There we go. Should speed me up a little bit more. Let's go ahead and hit here. We're just going to hit with a special. I'm just getting a follow-up attack by Null, basically. Weaken ability block here. It didn't land. That's crazy. Let's take away ability energy from Omega Red. Let's see if I can drop him down. I did. Okay, perfect. Oh, or just kill him. That works too. All right, here we go. Gonna go into him again. He takes out his own dude for us. Thank you. Appreciate you. As always. Take Yelena out. It's just Phoenix Force standing now. I should be able to get to Sus before him. Maybe. Maybe. If he keeps on adding buffs. Add a couple more buffs, dude. Nah. He's like, nah, I'm good adding buffs. I'm just going to go ahead and wipe out somebody real quick. Cool, cool. All right, now let's rewind you, even though it does no good. But it adds an exposed, which is kind of cool. Just going to give me some heal and stuff, which is nice. All right. And it should just be pretty easy from here. He doesn't do a lot without Phoenix when he's on his own. Or that was kind of, obviously he doesn't do a lot when he's on his own, period. Because he doesn't have Phoenix if he's on his own. That didn't make a lot of sense. But anyways, so that's kind of how my thought process when I go through war is. Just kind of plan it out, go through the rooms as I need to go through, and then clean up as I need to clean up. I do have specific teams to clean up. There are some other options to use for that. Rather than Night Stalkers too, you could use Secret Warriors if you're not using them. You could use Mercs. A little bit sketchy, but Mercs if you're not using them. You just want teams that assist, that do those things passively. Snowhive would work as well. They do have the assists. So you want those teams that assist and do things like that when going against an Odin one-on-one, because you need him to die quickly, right? And hope that he's not ulting first turn and taking out your whole team. And hopefully your teammates aren't doing that to you, because it's dirty and it sucks. So anyways, this is a Viz vid. It's like 45 minutes or so long. So thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. Please put a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And planning on doing some more of these in the future. Just kind of let you guys know what the mindset is going through these, and what teams that I use on what teams. So anyways, thank you. Have a good night. Love you guys. Peace.